Welcome everybody, this is James McCanney from JMCC LLC. Tonight I want to talk to you about two of the largest problems in the world, energy and water. See a list here of the 10 top problems in the world, but most of them stem from the very first two. There is a proposal that I'm going to make, and I want you to take this very seriously. We're on the cusp of solving these problems. The world water situation is very clear. We don't have a lot of time as the populations grow. In fact, population growth is coupled with poverty and lack of water and lack of sanitation. The situation with energy is similar. Most of the countries that don't have water equally do not have good energy. So I'm going to make a solution, a proposal. It's called the McCanney wing generator. This is the prototype that's right now proving its salt. In other words, this is a device that's very high efficiency extraction of energy from the wind. This is one of the solutions we see for water desalination, but studies have shown it's not the only solution because most people do not live near the ocean, especially those lacking water. Atmospheric rivers are known to exist, a tremendous amount of water in the atmosphere, and now we have a method of extracting that water from the air. The water makers produced in India are a viable solution. This is a 2,500 liter per day unit and can be scaled up to extremely large sizes. We also have portable units that can be moved to any location, but it takes energy. Energy is the solution. We now have the ability to extract water from the air, but energy is expensive, especially in third world countries. So where do we get the energy? The McCanney wing generator is the solution. It's scalable, and that's one of the most important aspects of this patented trademark design. This is a prototype that's being considered for hotels along the Caribbean coast to run the compressors and provide clean water for hotels. It's scalable. We've done engineering performance studies and realized that these can be built up to 1,000 feet in diameter and provide enough energy to replace nuclear, coal, and power plants operated with petroleum. It's a scalable solution. The McCanney wing generator, this is one of the first commercial models, the Pegasus 12 meter. The control electronics, this is some of the most interesting information about this system. These are high voltage systems, so the wiring is very small. This system with 5 kilowatts is only using 8 gauge wire. So the wiring is small, you don't have any big massive cables. Once again, there's another look at the dump load. This is the resistor bank that dumps the load if there's excess wind. The control electronics are beautiful. They've been developed over a 10-year period, and they allow the wind generator to produce energy from low wind speeds, medium wind speeds, up to extremely high wind speeds. The controller works with the power head on the wing generator to control the amount of energy coming off the wing in all wind situations. A beautiful balanced situation, and as I said, high voltage, so the wing generator can be located a distance from the control electronics and the water generators. They don't have to be near because of issues such as heavy wiring, etc. These are 3-phase AC generators capable of constant power output. They are very efficient, and one of the comments that most people who are familiar with wind systems, one of the comments besides the large power output is that they're very quiet. They don't make noise. We can spec out the weather situation in a particular location. We now have wind maps for around the world. We can design and custom build these wing generators for specific locations. The world weather maps are clear where the heavy winds are And we can place these in specific locations. What we're going to find out is that by distributing wind generators properly around the world, we can have what I call distributed energy. The weather monitoring station that goes along with the wind generation measures weather conditions and optimizes the weather situation for the particular location. So a lot of equipment goes to controlling the wing generator for optimal performance. This is a distant view of the wing. The other thing that a lot of people mention is that they're aesthetically pleasing. Basically, it looks like a large jet engine, and that's how they operate. They're extremely efficient. The electronics are very stable. And here's a distant view of the wing generator operating under moderate wind conditions. It produces the maximum amount of power from low to high wind speeds. And I call this bringing us into the jet age of wind power. Literally, that's what is going on. The other issue is that wings are what produce a tremendous amount of lift. It's the aerodynamic lift of a wing. Now look at that small wing, able to carry a 100,000-pound airplane into space. The trick was to design the wing generator in such a way as it would maximize the lift in the rotary direction. This is my book published in 2009, McCanney Wing Generator World Energy Project, in which I discuss distributed energy, in which the power is distributed on the line and the control is done at the location, the house, or the business. And so this is an entirely new concept. The scalability is the issue. We have to make these large in order to produce enough energy for our energy needs. And that was my primary goal in the design of this unit. That was to build something that could solve the world energy problem. Along with solving the energy problem, now that we have the atmospheric water generators, we can also solve the world's water problems. If you were dependent on electricity from the grid to run the water generators, it would take a tremendous amount of power. For example, a 2,500 liter per day water generator from atmospheric water requires 43 kilowatts of power. It's a tremendous amount of power. But if that power is coming from the wind and it's relatively inexpensive, all of a sudden the cost per unit of water has gone down, and that'll make this a viable system for especially locations around the world. Portability, scalability, the water generators, we can combine these into very large sizes. Once again, the issue is energy, electricity, sufficient electricity to run these at an economical rate. This is James McCanney. Many times we think of our energy needs, but we try and blind ourselves to the nuclear disasters. This is Fukushima, the nuclear disaster in Japan. Many years earlier, Chernobl in Russia, devastating an entire area, and right in our own backyard, 3 Mile Island. The San Diego Onofre nuclear reactor shut down. $5 billion to decommission just this one, and we have hundreds more very aging nuclear power plants. Many people think coal is a solution. Coal destroys the land, very simply. Unfortunately, coal has become one of the main contributors to our energy supply, but also to pollution. It's the main source of air pollution in the country, over and above automobiles and every other form. Look at the amount of energy we use. This is the division. High energy content fuels are the rule, but there is a solution. It's called the McCanney wing generator, and this device is scalable. We can make these very large to provide all of our energy needs, including petrol. Automobiles, we already have very efficient automobiles. Motorcycles are electric on the road. Trains, we've been using electric trains for ages. And airplanes, we now have commercial airplanes, soon to be large passenger airplanes. Since the 1800s, compressed air has been used for transportation, large-scale transportation. Here's another example, used up until 1961 in a mine in South Dakota because it's ecologically friendly. What we need is just a clean source of power, large, scalable. Here we see 3 of the large wing generators next to the Golden Gate Bridge outside of San Francisco. With only 3 1,000-foot towers, we could replace the nuclear power plants and coal plants that surround the San Francisco Bay Area. With 3 more 1,000-foot wing generators, we could power all the electric automobiles in the Bay Area. Replacement energy, scalable solution from the farm, the ranch, small communities, eco-villages. The goal is to get us off the grid that currently exists. We can still use the grid. The large generators will power cities, small communities, ranches. The solution, the McCanney wing generator, the first model is being commercialized right now. You can be part of this.